I'd like to thank our presenting sponsor, UGG, and today awards ceremony host, the Maui Contemporary Gallery, who are hosting us today. Thank you so much. The Board of Directors of SBIFF and our jury members as well, thank you. And last but not least, the staff, the crew, and 400 volunteers that we couldn't have done it without. Yeah. And a shout out to the programming team led by Claudia Pui and Natalie G and Ernie Quiroz, which, by the way, today was the first day that I saw them physically. Instead of talking to each other, we've been talking to each other on phones and texting and emailing, and it feels like we've been like attached to the hip, but the first time we actually see each other. This is also their first year working together, the programming team, so they've done an incredible job, and kudos to the three of them. Thank you. So this year's Volunteers of the Year are Anais Cornard, Matt Inez, Fred Kim, and Nicholas Simon. Are they here? Come on up. Yay! Awfully shy volunteers. Yeah. Oh.
All right. Awesome.
Great. Thank you, guys. And this is the first time we single out interns, but we'll like to thank and name interns of the year: Ashlyn Billick, Charlie Hess, Seth Hewitt, Kyla Grant, and Guillermo Valderrama. Geez, this is a lot of interns. Like the whole office one.
Thank you.
And it's my pleasure to introduce Jill Goldwarn with Anti-Defamation League. Welcome, Jill.
Thank you, Roger.
Thank you.
Good morning. The first award, congratulations to the interns and everybody else here today who's going to win. I'm Jill Goldwarn, a member of the board of the Anti-Defamation League and also a member of our jury selecting the ADL Stand-Up Award. And this award honors a film that exemplifies the impact storytelling can have, fostering mutual understanding and respect, which is consistent with ADL's 100-year-old mission to secure justice and fair treatment for all. The award is sponsored this year by Skinner's Social Impact Fund and Steve and Cindy Lyons. So we want to thank them for the sponsorship. So the jury's unanimous selection this year was Our Words Collide, directed by Jordan W. Barrow and Matt Edwards. If you all haven't seen it, I urge you to. We had several films on in our jury selection that matches the mission of the ADL, and they were all powerful, but this one really moved us. It's a feature documentary following the lives of 5 spoken word poets during their final year of high school. Our Words Collide is an inspiring story about the power of art to help youth cope with pain, poverty, fear, and other challenges. ADL is proud to stand up with these young poets and the filmmakers who have so skillfully amplified their wisdom and resilience. So thank you. Where did Roger go?
And Aaron Safa is the manager of new filmmaker program at Panavision, who gives us this generous package as a prize for Best Independent Cinema. So please welcome Aaron.
Thanks very much. Great to be here. Thank you all very much for having us out. I am the manager of the new filmmaker program at Panavision, and I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't take a moment just to tell you what that is very briefly. The new filmmaker program is essentially the umbrella under which Panavision offers outreach, access, and support to the community of up-and-coming filmmakers, to all of you. So I look forward to working with all of you. And we do that in a lot of different ways. Before the world went upside down, we did a lot of tours and workshops, and we hope to do all those again in our facilities. We do have an ongoing grant program, so even if you don't win an award like this, you can always get in touch with us and apply for a grant. We have a post-production grant and an equipment grant. We do a lot of educational presentations and things like that. So Panavision overall is extremely proud to be here to support the mission of the festival. And in particular, I feel like the new filmmaker program is very much in line with that mission to inspire and engage and support this community. So it's always very exciting when we can do this in person and when I can give out an award like this. So on behalf of Panavision, let me just get the names right here. Oops. Okay. So we're going to be giving here the Panavision Spirit Award for Independent Cinema, which is good for a $60,000 camera rental package from Panavision. And the award goes to Sasha Nakai and Rich Williamson's Scarborough. Now, unfortunately, the filmmakers are not here today, so we're going to be accepting this on their behalf, and they did give me some remarks to say from them. So they said, thank you so much to the jury for choosing our little film. This is a film about community and the ways we are linked to one another across difference. We hope this film inspires people to strengthen their commitment to their communities wherever they are in the world. And we hope people are reminded of how important it is to adequately support the people that hold our communities together: caregivers, educators, and frontline workers. This film is for you. Thank you. All right. So I hope to hear from all of you, and then I think next up is SBIFF programmer Natalie Gee. Natalie? Yes, okay. Thank you very much.
I would like to announce the Best Documentary Short Award goes to Jordan Matthew Horowitz for Lolita 10.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate this. I want to thank the programmers for having me. I made this film. For those of you who don't know, Lalito 10 is about a school teacher in Guatemala in an area where everybody's so poor that the kids can't even afford the internet for remote learning. And what he did was he built a mobile classroom on wheels so that he could take the learning to them and continue their education. So I made this film because of how inspired I was by what he was doing. And I don't think he ever imagined himself ending up in a film that would play at a festival in America. So I think he's going to be absolutely blown away by this. I can't wait to tell him about it and send him pictures. And I do have to say one thing. We do have a GoFundMe for him. All the money is for him. If anyone wants to donate, it's just GoFundMe/Lalito10, and it's just to help him be able to keep doing what he's doing. So thank you so much.
The Bruce Corrin Award for Best Live Action Short Film goes to Marilyn Cook's No Ghost in the Morgue. I don't know if people people realize this, but we're at the Santa Barbara Film Festival. I mean, already being here is such an honor, but I think receiving this is incredibly humbling, and I'm really, really grateful to the festival, the programmers, everybody who made it so that we could be here. I think, sorry, but I think No Ghost in the Morgue is a bit of an unusual story. About a girl finding her own place in the world through working at the morgue. And it is like told with unusual storytelling, so I was actually just surprised that anybody would want to make this film in the first place and want to make it in the way that it was made. So it's just like, let's trust ourselves, guys. Let's make what we want to make. And sometimes good things happen.
There's nothing really more that I can say that you haven't said, but I just want to say thank you for choosing me as your lead actress. As actors, we're always looking for roles that feed our mind, our heart, our soul, and that's exactly what you did with that role. Thank you so much. There you go. Thank you, Natalie. Thank you so much. Thank you.
The Bruce Corrin Award for Best Animated Short Film goes to Zacharias Kunuk for The Shaman's Apprentice. The filmmaker was not able to be here today, but he wanted to say that it takes a personal story to make a good film, and The Shaman's Apprentice is one. Thanks to our co-production crew and who made it possible, and thanks for the jury for selecting our film. The Best Nordic/Dutch Film Award goes to Miss Viborg by Marion Blucher.
Thank you so much. This is amazing. It's our first festival and our US premiere, so this is incredible. So thank you so much for choosing us. I made this little small film about how it is to be a human being with flesh and blood growing up in the ghetto where I grew up, I put a little of humor in it and a lot of love, so I'm super proud that people actually like it and understand it, so thank you so much.
I have nothing further to add apart from the fact that I'm the producer of Miss People, and we're just amazingly thrilled and happy and honored to be here. So thank you very much for this award. We will proudly carry it home to Copenhagen.
And now I'd like to introduce amazing programmer Ernie.
Thank you, amazing programmer Natalie. I Venmoed her $20. I'm here to present 2 awards, the first being the Nueva Vision Award for Spain and Latinx American cinema, and that goes to Martin Berencheria and Nicolas Branca's 9, who unfortunately are not here. We just added a 3rd screening of their film tonight, not at 9, at 8:40. It's from Uruguay, and you should really check it out if you can. I do have some comments from them. They said, "We recognize the achievements that SBIFF has made to make independent cinema visible, and particularly Spanish language cinema, as well as the efforts to defend cinema in general as an art form. This award is also very special to us as we are big fans of American cinema. Many of the directors and actors who have passed through the festival are clear references to our work. And finally, we want to emphasize how honored we are to have won the award, competing with such an excellent selection of Ibero-American films." The next award I'd like to present is the Jeffrey C. Barbacow Award for the Best International Feature Film, and that goes to Shawkat Amin Korki's The Exam. And again, I have a statement on behalf of the filmmakers. On behalf of my producers and the whole team of the exam, I'm delighted to receive this precious award from a great festival. I would like to thank all the members of the jury. I hope this award helps the exam to be shown in more places in the United States. So with that, I want to turn over to new programming director of the festival in her first year, Miss Claudia Puig.
Hi, everyone. I'd like to introduce the Best Documentary Award, and that goes to John Cesare Goff's After Sherman. And unfortunately, he was not able to be here, so we're accepting this award on his behalf, but please be sure to see it. It's a great film. And then I would like to present the Best Middle Eastern Israeli Film Award to Dina Amer's You Resemble Me.
So much. I'm so honored. I feel I'm like living a dream right now. You know, like making a film is an act of such faith because nothing is guaranteed and you have to rely on a million things out of your control aligning. And so it really is witnessing many miracles happen over and over again. And you have to be crazy to decide to do this profession. So everyone in this room is a little bit crazy to be like, we want to tell stories, and even if it's not guaranteed, even if the film doesn't get out, we believe that storytelling is important to our hearts and our souls as human beings. And you know, this film, from its inception, I was told this is impossible. This is too difficult to make a film that dares to humanize a woman who was called a monster. On a global level, in the news, she was called the first female suicide bomber. And I persisted because for 6 years, and thankfully had an incredible team that relentlessly worked with me to achieve this vision. And it's because I think it's important for us to look at the people who we are most ashamed of, and to look at the parts of ourselves that we are most ashamed of, because when we don't, we pay the highest price possible. And so today there's over, like 84 million displaced people in the world with what's happening in Ukraine, which has put a spotlight to conflict and fragility. But let's be honest, I mean, there's been so much suffering and war happening in the world to many people. Sometimes people of color, people who maybe on a race or religious level we don't equate on the same humanity, but we need to, because whether we like it or not, we are all in this together, and we have no choice but to care. If we don't care, then there's conflict, and I want to stick around, you know. I think we all, deserve to find a way to understand each other. And so this film is, it was made with an intention to bring unity and humanity and light to something that is very dark and difficult for us to look at. So thank you to this festival for having the courage to support that message, because that's not always a popular one, but thank you for being brave alongside me and awarding this film. I'm so honored. This is a dream come true. Thank you so much.
And our Social Justice Award for documentary film, and we have one of the jurors here, Tim, goes to Emma Macy Storch's Gita. Those of you who had a chance to see it know how powerful it was. She sent some remarks. Emma says, I'm so incredibly honored that Gita has won the Santa Barbara International Film Festival Social Justice Award. I feel that the award is an important recognition for all women and girls like Gita and Nitu, who are out there in the world doing the long fight over decades to survive violence, find their voice, and create change in their communities. If the film can bring just a fraction of attention to the reality of what it is like to live with family violence and raise awareness of what is required to create change, this means so much to me. And And then this is a mother and daughter, so that was the mother, and the daughter says, "I am so happy with this award. Even after 30 years, no, this is the mother. Even after 30 years, sorry, I still hear stories like mine all over the news. No child should be unsafe in their own home or die just because they are a girl. Do you think Oprah will want to meet me now?" And I want to introduce Joe Woodard, who's going to present the Audience Award from Santa Barbara Independent.
Thank you. I have to confess, I'm at this point 10 days in, and I don't know how many films I've seen. I'm a bit of a film festival zombie, so which is a testament to the quality of the films this year. I've been really amazed, and kudos to Claudia and the team, and to Roger for pulling this off and bringing us back into this swirl of actual audiences and actual theaters. It's fantastic. So the Independent has been partnering with the film festival for I don't know how many years. I guess as a reporter I should have researched this, but I think it's a really important aspect of the festival because, as the name implies, it really gives the audience a way to engage directly with the festival, and it is, the festival is an engagement process, so much more than, you know, a typical cinema experience. So, and it also, the awards help the films as they go forward into the world. Also, I wanted to give a shout out to the Army, if I can use that word, of volunteers who make it possible, because they're the ones who run this machinery of ballots that you see every time you go into a theater, and that alone is part of the culture of the festival now. So with that, the Audience Choice Award, sponsored by the Santa Barbara Independent, goes to Rachel Moriarty and Peter Murphy's Rocia and Frank.
Thank you very much. Dús bechord mará, homage ansás leis an Cornshaw, mil buikas. So I just wanted to say a little bit us Gaeilge first there, just to thank everyone. It's really a thrill. There's a little bit of an Irish movement at the moment, Irish language features coming out of Ireland. So we're delighted to be part of that. We're delighted that they're finding an audience there. In Ireland, we've sort of decided that feature films are a way for the Irish language to try and get itself out there and seen and appreciated by an international audience. So to have it come over here and be appreciated, well, it's just a thrill for us as filmmakers. So on behalf of myself and Rachel, who made the terrible mistake of leaving this town early to go back to Ireland, which apparently is wet and miserable at the moment, I took a risk when we got accepted to this. I thought, I'm just going to stay for 10 days because it looks like an amazing place, and it is an amazing place with amazing audiences. I have to say, after such a long time with sporadic cinema attendances, I guess here and certainly in Ireland, to see full houses, to meet people after screenings, to sort of share the cinema experience again with people is kind of a thrill. I think it's what we all, you know, when you sit down and stare at a blank screen and think, oh, maybe it'll become a film and maybe people will see it, to have that experience and to get to do it. That's the great thing about festivals. I think you obviously can't loiter around cinemas when your film is showing and hope people will, you know, tell you how great it is. So to have that experience here has been great. I highly recommend it. And now I'm just thinking, we need to make another film because we need to get a film back at the Santa Barbara Film Festival. Neil Waitis. Who's next?
Thank you so much, and congratulations. Congratulations to everybody here, and thank you for coming. Thank you all for coming. Thank you to the volunteers. Thank you to the filmmakers. Thank you to everybody who went to the movies. That's a wrap.